Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. And I believe this year right here is Rand Paul, and I was just scrolling through YouTube and I get this video here. And this video here, it's a hurry and watch this brave man breaking down the pandemic is a scam. Blase, right? Dealing with Dr. Fauci, alright? And this is what I will say about Dr. Fauci. The first time I hear him speak, I've seen him on TV right through, but the first time I hear the man speak, it's like you hear the voice of a fucking devil, but you're telling you, the voice, it has something with the voice that it sparks something in my head. He is a wicked fucking demon. And when you go into more and more knowledge and research about the man been out here for years just killing people with medicine, so-called. But nevertheless, what I'm showing you is that the whole pandemic is just a big scam with this video. And I'll fast forward to where the congressman questioning Fauci and Fauci just dancing him, concerning going out in the public and whatnot, right? And protesting. What he's saying is that protesting, I don't know, listen to the video.
Do protests increase the spread of the virus? I think I can make a general.
Imagine, I'm just asking you,
at home are not going to learn for a full year. And I think we ought to look at the Swedish model, and we ought to look at letting our kids get back to school. I think it's a huge mistake if we don't open the schools in the fall. Thank you.
Well, I'm not in a position to determine what the government can do in a forceful way.
Well, you make all kinds of recommendations. You make comments on dating, on baseball, on everything you can imagine. I'm just asking you, just said that protests increase the spread. I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that.
Mr. Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Fauci, do protests increase the spread of the virus?
Do protests increase the spread of the virus? I think I can make a general statement.
Well, 500,000 protesters on June 6th alone. Yeah. I'm just asking that number of people. Does it increase the spread of the virus?
Now, what's Satan? Because Satan could never answer you straightforward. There's always a dance and a dance and a dance and a dance and a dance. This is a straightforward question, which requires a straightforward answer, because you're asking a question if it is when people protesting because you're locking down every other thing. All the other outlets are businesses, which this Edomite man going and explain to Fauci. All the other outlets and businesses being closed down due to the pandemic or the plandemic. But when it comes to protesting and rioting on the streets, all well and good. People have a right to riot and protest, because you see them orchestrating something. Watch this.
Crowding together, particularly when you're not wearing a mask, contributes to the spread of the virus.
Should we limit the protesting?
I'm not sure what you mean. How do we say limit the protesting?
Should government limit the protesting?
I don't think that's relevant to...
Well, you just said if it increases the spread of the virus. I'm just asking, should we limit it?
Well, I'm not in a position to determine what the government can do in a forceful way.
Well, you make all kinds of recommendations. You make comments on dating, on baseball, on everything you can imagine. I'm just asking you, just said that protests increase the spread. I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that. I can tell you...
Government stopping people from going to church, Dr. Fauci?
Yeah.
Last week in the Calvary Chapel case, 5 liberals on the Supreme Court said it was okay for Nevada to limit church services. Justice Gorsuch said it best. He said, "There's no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to favor Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel." I'm just asking, is there a world where the Constitution says you can favor one First Amendment liberty, protesting, over another, practicing your faith?
I'm not favoring anybody over anybody. I'm just making a statement that's a broad statement that avoid crowds of any type, no matter where you are, because that leads to the acquisition and transmission. And I don't judge one crowd versus another crowd. When you're in a crowd, particularly if you're not wearing a mask, that induces the spread.
It's a simple question, Doctor. Should we limit the protests? Government is obviously limiting people going to church. And look, there's been no violence that I can see at church. I haven't seen people during a church service go out and harm police officers or burn buildings. But we know that, for 63 days, 9 weeks, it's been happening in Portland.
Right. Yeah.
Well, one night in Chicago, 49 officers were injured. But no limit to protest. But boy, you can't go to church on Sunday.
What was the? I don't know how many times I can answer that. I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm just going to tell you.
You've opined on a lot of things, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, but I've never.
This is something that directly impacts the spread of the virus, and I'm asking your position on the protest.
Yeah, I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm telling you what it is, the danger. And you can make your own conclusion about that. You should stay away from crowds, no matter where the crowds are.
Government has stopped people from going to work. In fact, just in New Jersey 4 days ago, Ian Smith, Frank Trombetta were arrested for trying to operate their business, their gym. They were arrested. But my bet is, if these two individuals who own this gym were outside just in front of their gym, and all the people who were working out in their gym were outside protesting, they'd been just fine. But because they were in the gym working out, actually running their business, they got arrested. You think that's okay?
I'm not going to opine on who gets arrested and who does not. You get where I'm going. I'm telling you.
See, there is a devil. You see that all that Deflect and so. But you see, man, in the States, he's the head doctor at the United States. He's the man who leading things, he over I can't remember where he over, but he's the head man. How you saying, hey, oh yeah, we can't be gathering in much? He is he who coming out and telling people the gathering should be limited to about 5. It should be limited to about this amount and how much people should be gathered together and whatnot. You telling everybody that, so now how you can say that protest, how hard it is to say that? How hard it is to say, by protesting will spread the virus more. So I believe government should limit protesting. And if you say that, you being the head doctor of the United States, apparently, because you're the one who was on, we see over the news, right? You being the top man in the doctor position. How it is, you can say that and refer to the president and the president lockdown protesting, but guess what? It's not about a fucking virus. The protesting is a part of the plan. Alright? Because this is what they want. They want destabilization in the world. Because it's about bringing in the new world order. That is what it is about.
As a public health official, I say crowds.
Do you see the inconsistency, though, Dr. Fauci?
There's no inconsistency, Congressman.
There's no inconsistency. So you're allowed to protest, millions of people on one day in crowds yelling, screaming, but you try to run your business, you get arrested? And if you stood right outside of that same business and protested, you wouldn't get arrested? You don't see an inconsistency there?
I don't understand what you're asking me as a public health official to opine on who should get arrested or not. That's not my position. You could ask me as much as you want,
advocated for certain businesses. You've advocated for certain businesses to be shut down. I'm just asking you on your position on the protest.
See, the Edomite have him. The Edomite catch him good. The Edomite catch him good. And he's still deflecting. He still trying to wiggle his way outside because that is what the devil does do. Alright? This is something Satan known for. How hard it is to say, yeah, protesting will spread the virus, but you know what? He is done with the new world order. The vaccine They need protesting too, because they want this so-called virus to spread more. They need that. They need all these things. It's a plan. See? It's a freaking plan. That way the scripture say Esau will not be able to hide himself, because he getting exposed left, right, and center. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 10 and 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Alright? We ain't ignorant of Satan and his devices, the things that he put in place. And Dr. Fauci was set up. Because since in the early 80s, Herschel Walker Bush was mentioning this man. The elite sent this man forth. The Russians and him, they sent he forth until he would deal with all the diseases and blase. And that is how he talking now. Okay? Talking about. Yeah, that's why you only deflecting, because what go on is the elite send him out. Because they want a new world order. Alright? They want to set up the horn above the Lord's people. Right? That is what going on. Them want a new world order. But we not ignorant of the devices, the elect. Right? The elect won't be ignorant of the devices of the devil. Of the devil and he tricks. But I don't understand why this man just fucking deflecting so. Right? What's so hard in is to just say, yeah, that's true. Because if it's advocating for businesses to close, people getting locked up for opening the gym, but then you have millions, hundreds of thousands of people on the streets protesting constantly, and you not advocating for that to lock down. Because why? That is a part of the plan. Them protests on them is a part of the fucking plan. Alright? That was a part of the plan of the elites to put Fauci in that position. That was the plan. This whole thing was a plan. How hard it is for this man just to say, alright, hey, yeah boy, it's me, the freaking protest goes back riots, but you know what? I'm gonna get another piece beside that. Now close it off on that. You know what? We will work harder together and fix that. The book of John, I'm looking in the wrong place. Book of John chapter 8 verse 44. The wrong place I'm looking in. Select. John 8:44 says, "Ye of your father the devil." Now, this dealing with Jake, right? But dealing with Israelites, and the Lord called them of your father the devil. That talking about wicked Jakes, right? They have their father the devil. But who is the devil? The devil is Esau. Esau Edom. That is the devil. Alright? And we're not ignorant of his devices. And the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Alright? He's a liar and the father of lies, like the devil. That's why you only deflecting every minute. Nah, I can't say that. No, I'm not saying that. It's a general statement, because the protests are part of the plan, the vaccines, all these things are parts of the plan of the elite. This is why you people, alright, going through what you're going through right now is not just so. They planned this out. Okay? They planned this out. So that You know, I'll give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Akakodash. Right, hopefully you've been edified, and until next time, I will say Shalom.